Okay, so guys, this video was requested by my friend Jason, aka FianceBot over on Twitch, asking of a detailed review of the new Project W update. So, I guess this is it. Personally, I am a big fan of some of the changes that they made, and not much of a fan of some of the others. For example, I'm a big fan of some of the new perks, which we will get around to later. And also, but also the map change that they made, which I will get around to discussing as well. So, first off, I want to go over Ada, the most hyped of all the characters coming in. Ada, I don't exactly get the hype behind. I get that she's a badass in the games, but that's about it. That's about all I understand. But other than that, she does look pretty good in game. I'll give her props. When it comes to her perks, we have, first off, we have the perk Low Profile, which I'll go over first, because personally, I don't think it's a good perk. I think it's the weakest of her perks, by far. It really is very situational in the likes of you having to be the last survivor alive. In which case, a lot of the time, that isn't going to be the case. So you're really going to have to struggle on that one. Good attempt at a window fake, Nia. But I feel like that is going to be a struggle to pull off in an actual game well. Next up, we will move on to her mediocre perk, as I call it. Because it's not the best, not the worst. I forget the names of these, which is reactive healing. It is, in my opinion, also situational, but it can also be comboed really well with perks such as Solidarity and Resurgence. Resurgence purely because of the fact of if someone gets hit after unhooking you, then you get 99 healing. You get healed to 99. Solidarity, because then they just have to tap you after you heal them. And then onto her arguably the best perk that she brought in, that being Wiretap. The information that that perk can provide is astounding. The fact that it works on any gen in the whole map is good on its own. But combo that with perks like Blast Mine and what's it called? And Repressed Alliance. You've got a pretty good combo going to protect that Wiretap. But overall, she's not that strong of a character. She's not gonna like break the meta or anything, in my opinion. Definitely brings in a good perk in Wiretap, but that's about it. Next up, we move on to the one that I was actually most hyped about, Rebecca. Rebecca Chambers. She brings in a really good perk, which is actually one of the perks I will be maining from this point on, which is Reassurance. it is a huge counter to campers and tunnelers, specifically the campers. Unfortunately, it's not good against basement campers because it can't be used from outside basement, which I don't understand. To be honest, I don't quite understand that, because it really should. The range could do with a little buff. But other than that, it is a really good perk that can help stall out the game. And it can also be used on two-story maps like RPD, like Midwich, to ensure that you get to that, to ensure you get to that person before they hit second stage. You've also got you got a kind of good perk in Better Than You, which can combo really well with other healing builds. So, for example, if you are running a full healing build, so Circle of Healing, Will Make It, perks like that, Better Than You is going to increase the speed at which you heal people if you are affected by it. Which is a really good perk. But then you've also got the likes of, honestly, probably her weakest perk. That being, hold on, Hyperfocus. I can understand it having its situations and like good perks it goes well with, such as Stakeout or Fast Track. But other than that, it's not really that powerful. Especially on console, because on console it's even harder to hit great skill checks than on PC. So having that increased speed, get yoinked. But having that increased speed on the skill checks is just going to mess a lot of people up. I know that it's going to mess me up a lot myself. So that's my opinion on Rebecca's perks. Next up, we will do the new killer, Wesker. He seems like a pretty strong character. In the fact of his power has pretty big range, which even after a life, he is easily able to catch up with you, which I don't think should be possible. I think the range for his power could do with enough, but other than that, he's alright. Now onto his perks. First off, we have Awakened Awareness. The fact of Awakened Awareness being first is honestly just a testament to how strong it can get. With perks like... okay. But with perks such as... sorry. But with perks like Starstruck existing, Starstruck Nurse, Starstruck on any killer along with this perk can go really well, especially if they have the movement. So Nurse, Wraith. That perk on those killers is going to be really strong. Because of the fact that it reveals people's auras within a set radius. However, I also feel like that it is going to be really good on its own as an information perk, given the fact of it revealing auras. We've next got his... I can't remember the perk's names off the top of my head, I don't know. But we've also got the likes of Terminus, which, in my opinion, is an annoying perk to face as an adrenaline user myself. But I can understand why it's so. Because adrenaline, at the moment, is one of the stronger survivor perks, giving them a free health state when the exit gate's powered, as well as a speed boost. So I can understand them needing a counter to it. However, the fact that it lasts so long after the exit gates are opened, kinda annoying. Because that is a whole half a stage on Hook. It is going to be powerful. Even against people that aren't running adrenaline. And then we've got his last perk, which is... I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it is also a really strong perk. Especially combo that with Bamboozle. That is going to be a really powerful combo. Yeah, sure, Teabag Toxic. Yeah, Teabag your Toxic Survivors. But his superior anatomy, there we go. Combo that with Bamboozle, and it's got a really good synergy together. However, it does feel weak despite the synergy, because even on killers like Myers, who really puts Bamboozle to good work, I feel like it is his weakest of the perks because of the synergy and annoyance that the other two have. However, it's still pretty good. Now, onto the changes to the two perks that they did. The reversion of the Metal Man change. I don't know what changed, so I can't give my opinion on that. The Blast Mine change, however, I am a bit salty about, because I was running Blast Mine a lot before this update. However, I slowly stopped using it and used more Adrenaline. Which I'm thankful of, because now Blast Mine doesn't actually give it back if the killer doesn't kick the gen. And last but not least, the RPD update, where it's split into. I really like how RPD has changed. It is probably my favourite map mix-up that they've done. The fact of it being more open in a lot of areas no longer having, being traps if the killer catches you in there. A lot of new loops have opened up, from depending on which side you're on. Just the fact of how different it feels to the old RPD, as well as the totem spawns. The totem spawns in the RPD, once you got them memorized, were really easy. And you could annihilate totems. Left, right, and center, which is what I used to do. Whenever there was a hex, I always knew where the totem spots were, and I found it, boom, it was gone. Now, people have to memorize the new totem spots all over again. But now there's two variations, they have to memorize 2 lots of totem spots for the same map. And the combination of that, as well as how different the map feels to play on, is just really fun. But other than that, I like it. I like this update. Other than the Blast Mine, I like it. But that is my detailed review on the Project W, or Project Holding W, as I call it. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.